Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittney Bundles, and today's video is going to be all about ShopPay. Recently, I've been getting tons of questions about what is ShopPay. I've seen it in my Shopify account as an option. Do I need to enable it? What does it do? Does it benefit me or my customers? Does it benefit both? Is it something that's really risky? So I'm going to be doing this overview video, just pretty much doing a screen record and doing a voiceover so that you can actually read with me and we can learn together more about ShopPay. All of this information is available on Shopify, but I do have viewers that watch the channel that sometimes have a difficult time finding the information through Shopify or just don't want to sit there and read it all. They find it easier for me to do a voiceover. So that's why I'm doing this voiceover. But at any point, if you do want to go back and get more information or reread, this information is available right in the Shopify Help Center. So if you are interested, be sure to give the video a big thumbs up. Please make sure that you are subscribed, and let's get right into it. So as you can see right on the screen, it goes over what ShopPay is. It says ShopPay is an accelerated checkout that lets customers save their email addresses, credit card, and shipping and billing information so that they can complete their transaction faster the next time they are ordering on Shopify or ordering through Shopify's checkout pretty much. So if you don't have Shopify, if you are interested in switching over to Shopify, click the link down below this video. There is a link. There may be a free trial, but you have to click that link to see, because this option is available to Shopify stores at this point. I don't know if it's available on any other e-commerce platforms at this point, but I do believe that this is a service that Shopify created. It does say also that in order to enable ShopPay, your store needs to use Shopify payments. Now, we have gone over Shopify payments multiple times on this channel. And so if you are considering using ShopPay to make the checkout process more efficient for your customers and clients, just know that you have to use Shopify payments. So if you are wanting, which I recommend doing, if you are wanting to use ShopPay, please look into Shopify payments to make sure that this is a service or a merchant that you want to use and enable for your online store. Look at how it works and also look at the dispute process, because that is something that I hear very frequently whenever someone switches merchants or whenever someone decides to just use a completely new merchant. So I guess, switching merchants, they a lot of times come to me and they say, well, what happens now? I have a dispute. Am I going to get a charge back? Is it up to me or is it up to the company as to who wins? But whether it's, the store, the merchant, or my customer, how does that work? So you do want to make sure that you are reading up on that, read through the dispute process before you go ahead and enable it. So on the screen, I'm still sharing information. This is how you can opt into ShopPay in Shop. So it just gives you the steps. And here are the steps right on the screen. Now, pretty much what ShopPay is, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, is just a service that allows your customers and clients to be able to check out faster, more efficiently. Why is that important? Well, in business, I talk a lot about the importance of making sure that your website, especially if you are an e-commerce store, you want to make sure that your website is in tip-top shape. And the reason I say especially, everyone wants to make sure that their website, or everyone should want to make sure that their website is as efficient as it possibly can be. But if your only stream of income for your business is online, like if you don't have a brick and mortar location, you want to be that much more attentive to your site, because that's the only area, that's the only avenue that you have for your customers to interact with you in the form of a purchase, unless you're sending out like invoices through PayPal or something like that. And so because you're operating through your website, the competition out there is, I don't care what industry you're in, it's there. Whether it's a large competition or a small competition, it's there. And also the attention span. Not everyone has the attention span nor the patience. And some people that do have the attention span and the patience to try to find out where things are on your website, or get up and then go get their credit card and then come back and purchase, or get up and find their debit card and then, toggle over to one website and then try to go back over to yours. Not everyone is going to choose to use their time that way. So if you can get the order processed in one sitting, and avoid the customer or client getting up and having to go and grab something, then you have a higher chance of actually getting that order processed right then and there. I remember when I used to do sales over the phone, and many companies would tell us this: try to make sure that you are securing that sale before they get off the phone. We didn't want any callbacks. We didn't want to accept, okay, well, everything you said sounds great. I do want to purchase, but I'm going to go ahead and call you tomorrow, or I'll call you after I speak with my spouse. We didn't want that because there's a chance that they may start thinking about it again and may talk themselves out of it, or they may decide to go with another company, or they may forget about it. I mean, there's a lot of ors and possibilities, right? So we want to make sure that we are creating efficient processes for our customers and clients. Now, I know I may get this question, well, Brittney, do you have ShopPay enabled on your website? I do not. ShopPay is not the only way to make sure that your website is efficient. It's not the only way to make sure and ensure that your customers have a smooth checkout, but it is an option. In entrepreneurship, what I want to provide to anyone that I'm working with or anyone that I'm speaking to in regards to business is options. I want you to know what's out there. So even if I don't decide to use a certain service or merchant or program or option for my business, doesn't mean that it won't be beneficial to you and your business. On the screen right now, it's going over fees and penalties in relation to using ShopPay. I did also get an email, was it a few days? It may have been yesterday. I got an email asking, well, how long does it take for payments? If a customer goes ahead and they purchase and they select ShopPay, how long does it take for me to get my payment? I did look up the answer just so that I can be completely certain. And when I looked it up through Shopify, it did say that most orders typically take 1 to 3 business days. However, it said most, not all. So that leaves room for a little gray area, which means that it could be sooner than 3 business days. Of course, the 1 to 3 business days, and sometimes it may be a little bit longer. It all just depends. On the screen right now, it's showing restricted items. So these are items that you can't use ShopPay installments to purchase, including but not limited to, and they're right on the screen. So ShopPay also provides the option for shop payments on certain purchases. So if you are wanting to offer a buy now, pay later type of service, that is available through ShopPay. So in a nutshell, like I mentioned, ShopPay is pretty much an option, if you enable it, that customers and clients will have when they reach checkout to go ahead and complete checkout without having to manually type out everything. So they won't have to get up, get their credit card number and type it out. They won't have to type in their phone number and type in the address. All of that information is saved. And then when they want to make the purchase, typically they receive like a text message to the phone that they initially signed up with to verify that it's them and that they want to complete the purchase. Now, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, if you are looking at switching or using any different merchants, I always recommend going to the dispute process, finding out, number one, who's in control or who has the final say-so in the dispute. Is it up to the company? Is it up to you? There are some merchants that will allow you to have the final say-so as the business owner. Some merchants that are like, no, that's not flying with us. We allow the customer. So if the customer disputes with their bank and pretty much the bank is saying that, yeah, I agree with my customer, my client, then, the dispute favors on their side. So you just want to make sure that you are reading up on that. Not only do you want to look at the disputes, but you do want to look at how you're paid. So are you paid up front? Do you have to wait 1 business day? Are you going to be waiting 7 to 10 business days, 3 business days? You just want to make sure that you're familiar with all that. Let me see, not just even for, you to know because you're wanting the money right then and there, but it's also a good practice to start researching all that information. Just in case one of your customers and clients asks you the question, they may ask, well, hey, I use ShopPay and, I'm just wondering, have you all received your payment? Does ShopPay send you the payment or how does that work? And so you just want to make sure that you are as fluent with your business as you possibly can be, because that is also going to instill confidence in your customers and clients and potential customers and clients. People like to work with people that typically know what it is they're talking about, that typically know the industry, that typically know their systems. So when I talk about looking in the analytics through your Shopify store a lot on this channel, and also on my podcast, which is the Brittney Bundles podcast. It is available through Anchor, Spotify, and Apple Music. So check that out after this video. I'll try to link it down below. But it's really important because that builds confidence. And a lot of entrepreneurs have gotten away from the fundamentals and building blocks of entrepreneurship and are strictly focused on just making that quick or that initial sale. And although it's great to make sales, in order to have your business generating sales on a consistent, continual basis, a lot of times there's strategy that goes into it. And if there's no strategy, then, I don't want to say luck, but it could be luck or it could be popularity. But for a lot of businesses, including myself, I found that strategy really has a huge part to play in how successful one's business is. So I do think that ShopPay is a great feature that Shopify offers. Shopify continues to offer great features and services for not only entrepreneurs, so people working behind the scenes, but also for our customers and clients. And this is just another tool that they have to expedite that checkout process, because that can be a lengthy process. It can be a process that is dreaded by, some customers and clients. So here's just an option for you. If you have any additional questions, feel free to leave them down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.